First, I need to start off by stating two things in this video. An enormous amount of Australians asked me to make this video about what's going on. And number two, I had a conversation with a person that I trust absolutely through and through, that I know, that is in Australia, and this says regarding Tasmania, about what's going on and what is about to happen. I don't want to give this person's name, but this person that I know quite well called me and was in tears and extremely upset, and I'd like to bring that into the second part of this video. The first two mentions are about what you can already find on YouTube that's breaking out of Australia, but the second part, the third part, if you will, excuse me, is, extremely disconcerting, and it's extremely shocking, and actually nothing shocks me. And you can take that for what it will. Let me get to that quickly here by first going over these things. There's a fellow named Michael Gunner. He's a government official, and also several videos from Northern Territory Aboriginal leaders, including one lady, I forget her name. I have the link below in the description, where she's extremely angry and upset. This government official, Michael Gunner, has admitted that this happened, and I'd like to make an observation that nobody else that's talking about this has not made. It's kind of blatantly obvious, and I find it shocking that nobody else has seen this before. It's something that the United States has done before in the past that and my conclusion is absolutely going on in Australia. You make up your own judgment about this. Listen, I don't speak for Australians, okay? I don't want to think Australians are that I'm picking on Australians. I've had a lot of Australians ask me to make this video, so take that for what you will. Anyway, this Michael Gunner gentleman has stated flat out that there's 38 people. I don't know if we could technically use the word kidnapped, but certainly hauled away against their will. When you take people out of their homes, he's admitted to this, okay? When you take people against their will by force out of their own homes, you pick the words, which we all know what the words for that is. I mean, kidnapping? What would we call it? Since I'm not Australian, I don't want to pick the word. We all know what the word is, but I'll let the Australians pick the word for that. He said that these people, in his own words, and this video is kind of all over the net, and it's real, it's not, I actually had some Australians that told me they didn't believe this was happening. I told them this. I said, here's the government video from this guy, Michael Gunner. By the way, this older Australian lady with gray hair, Aboriginal, this older gray-haired Aboriginal lady in the video where she's just fuming and cursing over what the government has done to her people, mentions this individual. And I'm not singling him out. So they can only leave for medical treatment if required by law. He says they don't have the wherewithal to leave for food. It's just unbelievable. So 38 people have been taken, and I've been told by many, many Australians, and I mean that literally, over 10, that the government entities, I don't know if we use the word contractors or mercs, that they're actually seeking people out in the bush. Their words from these Australians, many of them have contacted me independently, say in the Northern Territory, I don't know which particular town where these Aboriginal folks are, they're hunting them down, and I shouldn't use the word hunting, but I mean, when someone is fleeing, and it's an appropriate word, going after them, taking people against their will. The one town is Binjari, that I'm sorry, I can't remember her name, the elderly gray-haired Aboriginal lady. Another video is pleading for international assistance. It's the Original Sovereign Tribal Federation. It's Aboriginals, I assume from Northern Territory. They're talking about what's happening there, and their people are being taken against their will. It's just, I don't need to inflame anything about what any Australian thinks by interjecting my opinion on this. You could probably read my mind on what I think about that, but, it's not going to help anything by me doing that. But it's undeniably horrific. I will flat out say that. So here's the thing that you don't know. This is the important part of this video. This is the main part of this video. Not that what I just mentioned isn't horrific enough, where they're actually taking people against their will in Northern Territories, the Northern Territory, the Aboriginal people, against their will. What would we be taking? What would we say they're taking them to? To camps, to court, whatever euphemism you want. When you take people out of their own homes against their will and you stick them somewhere against their will, you pick the word for that. I'm not Australian. I know what the word is, but you pick the word. Dear Australian people, and by the way, I love Australian people. So here's the point, the main part of this video. And you take this, you could dismiss it, doesn't matter. I tell you this with all my heart that I trust this person with every ounce of my being. You could say, it's just hearsay. If you think that, that's fine. Doesn't matter, okay? So this person is extremely emotional on the phone and extremely upset. I know this person. There is, and now in Tasmania on the 15th of December, I didn't know this, the travel restrictions are being lifted. There is a security firm, and I want to tell you something really important that no other Australian YouTube channel and nobody else is talking about right after I tell you what this person has told me about what is about to go down in Tasmania. And the 15th of December, when the travel restrictions lift, there is, let me set the stage for you here, there's a security firm in Tas, okay? I'm not going to list the name of the firm. They're hiring people as fast as humanly possible, raking out the money, cash bonuses, you get the point, hiring security, and I don't know when, the pause after December the 15th, that is not clear. Whether it happens in January, February, or immediately after December the 15th, that is unclear to this person that has told me this. I trust them 100%. Please let me state that again, okay? I would not make this as like, you just hearsay rumor. It's like, well, and then someone's going to attack me. So, well, it is just hearsay rumor. You heard somebody said, blah, blah, blah. Take it for what you will, okay? That with the military as backup, this security firm, which they are hiring in droves as fast as they can, are going to remove, I'm going to use the word unjuiced. They're going to remove unjuiced people from their homes with force if necessary. And there is a map, a detailed map, showing that the starting point for this is low-income locations in Tas. I'm not going to name the city, which of course we all kind of know which city it is since there's only one main city in Tas. Here's what the United States government has done in the past, okay? Because all of this is not only to do that, not only is that illegal in Australia, it's also too illegal in the United States, but to have plausible deniability from the government. Australia is doing something that the United States has done many times in the past. Now, you could use the word mercs, which is short for mercenaries. You could say private firm. You could say contractors. You could say security firm. Don't care. Those are all euphemisms for one thing. You have plausible deniability, 100% deniability from the government. This is the exact same the United States used to do. When you want something done that you know that you can't do legally, well, you have a private security. Or you can say mercs. We could say contractors, private firm, all this same damn thing. Different terms, euphemisms. So when these people, and they already have, the government, the Australian government in the Northern Territory has already admitted to rounding up 38 people and taking them away for their safety. So Australia's, this is me pretending to be the Australian government when this goes down. Oh, we didn't do it? Well, it was a private firm. It was contractors. The government would never use the words mercenaries. It was a security firm. They did it for their safety. So if you want to know why, because Australia, I don't know what Australians' military forces are. I'm making conclusions based upon history, okay? So you can tell me I'm completely off the handle on this. Just tell me that if you feel that way, it's fine, but the United States has done this before. That instead, why would Tasmania be hiring people, as fast as they can, the security outfit, because the government does not want the military's stamp or footprint or fingerprints on what is going to happen. They don't want their fingerprints on it. Well, a security firm did that. Military had nothing to do with that. The United States government has done this in the past. So have other governments. Wow, the military never laid a finger on any of those people. It was a private security firm. You know, it doesn't make any difference. You can call it security, you can call it contractors, private, it's the same thing. But that's the reason why. And I've noticed that no other Australian-based or any other commentator has made any mention of this fact. It's like, why are these security outfits doing this? It's hyper-logical. They do not want their fingerprints of the military in any aspect directly on it. But anyway, I've been told that with the military as backup, in other words, they're going to stand behind the security contractors to remove the unjuiced, of course those are my words, unjuiced from their homes with force if necessary. And with maps showing the first people to go after are low-income locations. I'm not trying to be a doom and gloomer. I am definitely not trying to instill fear in anybody. You know, I've seen enough in life. I've been through enough in life. I'm not really afraid of anything. Believe it or not, you don't know me. I'm not afraid of anything. I don't want this video to come off like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. But I tell you, the person that gave me this information, I trust 100%, and I do not say that lightly. So you take it for what you will, you dismiss it, you keep your head on a swivel, keep your eyes peeled. I don't know when it's going to happen, right at December the 15th. Now also, too, the other aspect of what I don't know is when these people, these unjuiced entities and TAS, are removed from their homes against their will, either by force or not by force, are they going to be taken to facilities and detained until they do get juiced? Are they going to be forcibly juiced? I don't know that. I won't speculate. Either option is, I will just flat out stick my opinion in this and say either option is demonic. When you take people forcibly from their own homes, I mean, what other words could you use? What other words could you use other than demonic? It's totalitarian. It's horrific. An enormous amount of Australians asked me to make this video, okay? So if you think I just wanted to stir things up in Australia, okay? That is not the case here. I tell you, with everything that I am, whatever you think of me, good, bad, or otherwise, I mean, I was impelled to make this upon learning these facts. But, it's like, I'm not Australian. I don't speak for Australians. I don't even pretend to speak for Australians, okay? Literally hundreds of Australians wanted me to make this video, and I was happy to oblige. The first part of what everybody's talking about, and of which the government has admitted to, this is on video, of taking these people, these 38 people, can we use the word kidnap? Pick whatever word you want. Let the Australian people pick the word. What about these 38 Aboriginal people? Would you use the word kidnap? Abduct, forcibly haul away? You take the pick. I'm not Australian. Let the Australians make the decision on what words to use regarding that. And what's going to happen? Is it going to be at the 15th of December, or is it going to be delayed until they get enough security forces and happen mid-January or somewhere in February? I don't know, and neither does this person. But I can tell you right now, being on the phone with this person, okay, and it was so frightening about what's going on in Australia. Not that, I was obviously partly frightened. I'm on the other side of the world. I fear for the Australians. But I called up the person that I've known my entire life for decades and decades. I had him listen in. It's so shocking. It was so shocking, and this person was crying, and it was not an emotional, they're afraid, all of a sudden they're hit with the mania or something, this person. No, is literally, that's how scared this person is because of the facts. The facts learned about what the security firm is doing and what they plan on doing. That I called my friend of decades, who would believe me if I called him up afterwards, say, listen, I just had a call with this person in Tasmania. It sounds so, well, in these days it doesn't sound impossible, but it was just so shocking that I had to get him on the phone, you know, three-way with this person, and because he'll spread the word too. He has a lot of ability, and does have a lot of ability to reach out to people. So the first two sections of this video are undeniable. They're admitted to by the government. The original sovereign tribal federation of Aboriginals have an international call for assistance. They're literally crying for help to the world about what's happened to their people. This last part about what's going to go down in Tasmania, I'll let you decide as to whether it's believable or not. I would not even dare think of stating this if I wasn't, you know, utterly convinced beyond any shadow of a doubt. Because as hearsay, you know, you got no proof. Fine, say that. Doesn't make any difference to me. I just wanted to put it out there, and I'm utterly convinced in it. And the person that has told me this, I have 100% faith in. Thank you so much.